Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And so, of course, I would like to do some general housekeeping. Welcome to all those who have joined the channel, and hello to my returning viewers. Welcome aboard. Now let's get into it. Harry, of course, boo hoo hoo, whining, moaning, sad, miserable. Henry has lost his court battle for his IPP status to be returned to himself. It has officially been declared that Prince Harry, the most miserable millionaire prince in the world, is not getting his own way yet again. And I commend the British legal system for actually seeing sense and not giving into the whining, moaning demands for the entitled pompous prince, or should I say from the pompous prince. Of course, Harry and Meghan have forfeited all of their rights to their IPP status because they simply decided that they didn't want to do any real work. Britain was a dump and they had to go to the lavish, fancy Hollywood hills of California, Montecito, in order to live their fanciful, self-serving lifestyle. But what really was taking the damn biscuit was the way in which they wanted us British taxpayers to fund their frivolous lifestyle when they're not even here. We already see that Meghan is pretty much taking the mick out of the Queen from beyond the grave by abusing her HRH usage when she made an agreement with the late Queen before she unfortunately passed, our beloved Queen Elizabeth II, to not use her HRH. It was an informal agreement and allegedly nothing was formally signed, but there was an agreement that the HRH would be a dormant title which wouldn't be used in commercial ventures, and she's done everything to forfeit that. So, according to my research, and in light of her sit down podcast kerfuffle with the Jamie Kern Lima lady, which was a load of tripe and rubbish and very repetitive about the way in which her kids and her husband love her so much, and she doesn't have to prove herself to anybody because she knows how she shows up. She's a fantastic person. And of course, it's all lies and spiel from the Sussex PR machine because we know that she's not such a nice person. She's put people in therapy who have worked with her. She reduced a royal aide to tears, and she has committed a lot of treacherous acts against innocent staff members who were there to only do a job. She doesn't talk to her family. She has burnt through the royal firm and she has set ablaze to any good relations that Harry once had with his beloved brother, the Prince of Wales, and of course, the Princess of Wales, Catherine. She's done everything to sabotage anything that's been good in his life, and now she's wreaking havoc through his charitable relationships, day by day, minute by minute. And then she claims that she's really happy. And what I really got from that interview also was her general insecurity. She reaffirmed, almost as if it was an affirmation to herself and the universe, that Harry would never leave her. But his life has been nothing but a crock pot of SHIT since he's been with her. And he did say that his battle with the UK government over his IPP status being returned to him was nothing short of the most excruciatingly difficult, heartfelt battle that he has had in a long time. And of course, this has hit a sore point for Harry. Allegedly, he has been enraged, he's been furious, and he's been hardcore smoking the dope since he found out about 20 minutes ago that his legal challenge over his UK police protection will not be reviewed. So, according to this legal decision, essentially Harry still has to give 30 days notice to the Scotland Yard police in order for his security to be assessed on an individual case-by-case basis when he comes over to the UK. And as many royal commentators have said, even if Harry had have won this legal challenge and he had have had that decision by Judge Ravek overturned, he would simply be moaning about something else because he is eternally and perpetually unhappy. It's a good thing that the buck stops here. I'm going to get into this little article by The Guardian. The Duke of Sussex has lost a legal challenge over the level of taxpayer-funded security he is entitled to while in the UK, allowing the government to proceed with a bespoke and cheaper level of protection to his family. Barristers for Prince Harry argued that he had been singled out for inferior treatment and that his safety and life were at stake after a change in security arrangements after he stepped down as a working royal and moved abroad. He had challenged the dismissal of his High Court claim against the Home Office over the decision of the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, known as REVEC, that he should receive a different degree of protection when in the country. A High Court judge ruled last year that Ravek's decision, taken in early 2020 after Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, stepped down as senior working royals, was lawful. Harry's legal team argued the judge had erred in his decision. Ravek's final decision, shared on the 28th of February 2020, stated that Metropolitan Police protection would no longer be appropriate after the Sussexes' departure and that they should receive a different degree of protection when indeed in the UK. The Sussexes would instead receive a bespoke security service whereby they would be required to give 30 days notice of any plans to travel to the UK, with each visit being assessed for threat levels and whether protection is needed. Voss has said, and I'm now jumping to a latter part of the article, Harry's arguments for why he wanted a change in his security arrangements were powerful and moving, but he concluded that, having studied the detailed documents, he could not say that the Duke of Sussex's sense of grievance translated into a legal argument for the challenge to Ravek's decision. Voss said the two other judges agreed with his opinion, and therefore he's lost his battle, but he shouldn't have been having it anyway. A lot of commentators actually did disclose that when Harry showed up last month to the Court of Appeal to challenge his IPP status, it was actually an unnecessary showing. And for someone who really cares about climate and the climate change and saving the planet and blah 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 with his Travelist initiative, which of course we don't know what the hell is going on with that, it's rather hypocritical, isn't it, for him to be jetting in and out of the UK on private jets to attend court hearings that are a waste of time and unnecessary. And it really just exacerbates his public persona of being the whining, moaning, pompous, entitled, spoiled, bratty prince. And it just gets worse for Harry and Meghan day by day. And of course, they are now meeting their upcomings in as much as everything is falling down. Other royal commentators and I myself have also seen regarding Meghan's last showing that she is frightened and she's worried because we're simply not tuning in anymore. She says the same thing in every single podcast, and then she sprinkles on top of that, oh, I'm being subjugated by the press, but I'm really happy, I'm really content and fulfilled with my ailing public ventures, my ailing public image with social media comments switched off, and life is great in Tinseltown, and Harry loves me so much. In fact, everyone in my life, which is hardly no one, loves me so much, and my kids pay homage to me on a daily. It's just boring, which has landed her podcast out of the top 200 in the UK and US on Apple and Spotify, which is getting her absolutely nowhere. This moaning, this whining, this public persona, this mirroring and obsession with Kate. She's even running around with Catherine's hair colour, which is very disturbing, and now trying to reinstate her HRH usage, which she has no entitlement to use. She never goes to Sussex. She has nothing to do with the royal firm. She is officially classed, along with Harry, as an outsider. So they need to cut the rubbish and let go and accept their doomed failure. Harry is depressed. He is enraged and he's infuriated, and he's laying all the blame at King Charles's feet, which simply is just unfounded, unfair, and untrue. And I will be back with more updates. Take care, guys.